Good morning, everyone. I'm Lindsay Scoris, and we are here today at the 9th Annual Elder Expo here at Nantucket High School. We're going to check out some of the resources available on island for our elderly citizens. So come along with us and let's have some fun. I'm here with Tom McGlynn, who is the chairman for the Council on Aging. Tom, tell us about this event and kind of how it all started.
That I can answer. That's Joe Geary. This is the 9th annual, so, kind of 9 years ago. Joe Geary saw a senior expo in Florida, and he came up to the Council on Aging, I'm on the Council on Aging, and said, I saw this thing, it's fantastic, we should have one. And he described what they did down there, and in very short order, everybody kind of agreed, and we set up the first one, very much like this one, right in the halls here. And we kind of followed the things that he'd seen in Florida. We tried to duplicate that a little bit. Anyway, we got the thing going. We didn't know whether it would work. People who arrived came and acted as though there'd been one here for years. They all kind of knew, oh, you probably have a counter that will do this and a table to do this and so on. So it was an instant success, and it's just been going great guns for years.
That's amazing to hear. Now, why is it so important to have resources like this for our elderly Nantucket citizens?
Well, of course, we're an island, so we're isolated, so we really have to fend for ourselves to a large degree. And with why this event is really good is it shows it's the one place where all the outfits that have services for seniors, health help for seniors, programs for seniors, exercise stuff, you name it, can come and sort of show what they have to offer. The funny thing that happens is that the people who come sort of assume this is normal and here's the service and that. But what's surprising is the people who come themselves with their own tables are a bit surprised at the other services that exist. And you hear conversations like, oh, I didn't know you guys did that, and we do that too, and that kind of overlaps and so on. So there are a couple of things going on. One of the things is the people at the tables themselves learning about other people who are doing services, and that kind of helps.
Nice. We love that collaboration here on the island, don't we?
Yeah, it's great. It's great.
So what do you think are one of the things this year at the Elder Expo that people should really be looking forward to?
This year, Joe's done it again. He keeps coming up with these ideas. So he just came up with the idea of having a game. So at 10, right behind me, they're going to do a game. It's about, I guess, healthy aging on Nantucket, something like that is the topic, a general topic like that. He's got 4 or 5 people. He'll be hosting it. And they're just going to kind of have a discussion, question and answer. We'll just see how it goes. But if the past is prologue, it'll probably succeed, and we'll have it in every year.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for telling us about it, and we're going to go around and take a look and check some more stuff out.
Enjoy it.
Thank you. So I am here with Joe Geary of NCEA. Joe, tell us what that stands for and what the group is all about.
Okay, it stands for the Nantucket Center for Elder Affairs, and it's really a group to promote healthful living on the part of elder citizens and senior citizens and boomers, because we start actually with that program, and they're ultimately going to be elders or senior citizens as well.
And how did you get involved with this program? What kind of inspired you to be a part of it?
Well, I retired here to retire, but got involved in other activities, and I figured I might at least devote some time to the people who are my age and older. So I got involved in that way, serving on the Council on Aging. And then after being on the Council on Aging, I decided to take over the position of president of the Nantucket Center for Elder Affairs. I actually didn't decide. I was asked to do it and was appointed, so that's why I'm here.
Well, they must have had pretty good faith in you that you would do a good job.
Well, I hope so. When I was a school administrator, the adage always was, you're like a racehorse. You're only as good as the next time you run. So for me, it's like I'm starting over and I'm trying to run and win this race.
Amazing. Now, what do you think are some of the biggest issues facing elderly people on our island?
Well, I think not only on the island, but I think everywhere, the issue facing elderly people is the misconception or the myth of how they should be and how they should act and how they should look. Our promotion is really, we're looking at longevity lifestyle, that people can do things for as long as they want to, as long as they're physically capable. And there's really no reason why you can't do anything, even exercise. For example, if you're frail and you can't do land exercises, you can do water aerobics. There's always something. Plus, you want to develop your mind, and that can be done through simple things like doing puzzles and so forth. And I think we have to destroy the myth that all old people are frail. Now, certainly some are. I mean, basically everybody has two ages. Their chronological age, which is primary, and the secondary age, which basically is what they do with their lives. And what we're trying to promote is there's so much that you can do regardless of your age. I'm not trying to blow my own horn here, but I'm 79 years old, and I teach during the summer 5 water aerobics classes and 1 strength training class. And it's just a matter of your attitude. If you can do it, you do it. The thing I like about Nantucket particularly is that age is not a factor. I've been asked twice to go back to work with the schools, which has been my professional career, and age was never a factor. No one said, well, we know that you're that old, but please come back. And I think we're trying to destroy that myth that all old people are the stereotypical people, that limp or can't remember things and so forth, because fortunately, that really is not true. And we're trying to destroy that myth, not only here on the island, but hopefully it's done nationally.
Well, it seems like you all are doing some amazing work here today. And right now we are in the flu shot room, which is a very popular place to be. How important is it to have these type of resources available here today for the senior citizens?
Well, I think it's excellent to have all of these. The thing that I would like to mention most, though, is that most of the people here are volunteers. So all of these agencies are in here because they feel they can do something to make life better for elder people or senior citizens. And I keep getting confused with that elder senior citizens because it's not politically correct anymore to call them elders or seniors. I think the misconception is everybody is frail. Essentially, we're looking more like longevity lifestyles, and that's really what we're promoting. But all the people here are volunteers, and the importance of this is certainly to get a flu shot. That's extremely important. Older people tend to get, ill quickly or susceptible to diseases and so forth. So I think that's important, but I really want to emphasize it's a longevity lifestyle program. It's not what you can't do, it's what you can do if you want to do it.
Well, that's a really good attitude to have.
Thank you.
I am here with Chuck Gifford from Sherburne Commons. Chuck, tell us, how long have you been involved with this event for?
With this event, I think this is how many years have we been doing this event? I think I've been here for 8.
Wow. Good track record.
I think that's right. Yeah, pretty close. 6 anyway, so yeah.
And why do you think it's so important to have an event like this to show some of our senior citizens of the island what resources are available to them?
You always want to make people aware of what's available to them and what's the resources that are there. And it changes. I mean, a lot of the people who are here are people who've been here before, but a lot of people, we get new people every year. So we get new tables every year, and we get a new take on things, a new opportunities being available through even the same groups that have been here in the past. So it's a good way to get information out to people in a very concentrated way. The other thing that I think is good about it is because you're doing face-to-face, you can answer questions and engender a conversation that hopefully gets them more information and better information.
What do you think is one of the biggest issues facing seniors today on Nantucket?
Well, housing is the issue for everybody, and it's no different for people, older people either. I think that for our older population, a lot of folks are in a house that maybe they've been in and they've lived in forever, or that's been a family house for a long time, and now they're coming to a point where they need more help, or they need more resources so they can stay there, or if they can't stay there, they can find a good alternative and something again that provides them with the services and the help that they need. If you look nationally, more and more places are looking at how you can be at home for as long as possible, and then if you can't, what's a good alternative? So.
Like Sherburne Commons?
Oh, like Sherburne Commons, of course.
What is one of the biggest things that you feel that you guys offer over there at Sherburne?
Well, we have both assisted living as well as independent living, and assisted living is different from skilled nursing. Skilled nursing on Nantucket is basically the island home. And assisted living is just helping people be as independent as they can be for as long as they can be. And so to do that, sometimes you need a little help, maybe in the shower or getting dressed or remembering to take the right medication at the right time and the right dose, or just getting from point A to point B. So those are all things that we can offer people in a safe environment that they can't necessarily get at home. The other thing is that all of our apartments and all of our cottages are built to be accessible. And so as people's ability to get around changes, we offer opportunities for them that makes it a little bit easier and supportive.
That's amazing to hear. I'm sure that everybody loves having, one of those options like that here on Nantucket. And you're also on the council, correct, for Elder Affairs? Amazing. And what are you most proud of in the work that you all have done there?
Well, I think this is pretty good. I mean, we've been doing this for 8 years, so that's a good thing. And I think, again, trying to get some of the other things we've been able to put together for adults, the old salt sailing, for example, working with community sailing to provide 2 of the keel boats that community sailing has, making them available to people who are of an age who maybe like to sail, haven't had the opportunity to sail, or haven't been able to get out on the water. That's one. Then we do ice cream cruises. We use the can't remember the name of the boat, I'm sorry, but anyway. And so trying to make opportunities available and working with the people at Salt Marsh, and it's been very good.
All right. Well, thank you so much for all of your work that you've done to help the community of the elderly here on Nantucket, and we look forward to seeing what you guys do in the future.
Well, thank you very much. We appreciate it, and thank you for helping to get the word out. That's always good.
I'm here with Ella Finn, who is also on the Council for Aging, but also here from the Landmark House. So, Ella, how long have you been involved with this event for?
This will be my 6th year, and it's our 8th or 9th Expo, I believe.
And what kind of progression and change have you seen over the years with this event, and how it's been able to grow and help people here on Nantucket?
I believe the focus has shifted from disability or illness to prevention and wellness. And on the Council on Aging, that's our mission, is to try to promote wellness for seniors living on the island, to make their lives about all of their abilities and less about the things that may compromise their function, whether it's, how they move or how they live. And the Salt Marsh Senior Centre as well obviously offers plenty of programs to support that mission.
And what do you all do at the Landmark House? What's your mission over there?
Landmark House is a non-profit, but it's an affordable housing for seniors, people who are 62 and older, or with disability, and it's funded by 2 federal agencies, just to keep it interesting. And so it's subsidized housing, basically. It's a lovely apartment complex on Orange Street. Many of the apartments have views of the harbour, and it's a lovely, safe, comfortable environment. We have 26 apartments, and people live there independently. They can avail of whatever services they may need, and lovely community. Lovely.
It sounds amazing. I want to live there, I think. Now
they've been established for 30 years now. And I do have one lady who is there for her 30th year. She came in when they opened. I told her she's not helping turnover at all.
She's an original. She's an OG.
Absolutely. Nobody leaves. It's really beautiful. So we have a long wait list.
So why do you think it's so important to have resources that are available at an event like this for the people of Nantucket who are getting older?
Well, I think part of it is because we're remote here. Many seniors who live here, or elders is more politically correct, do so without family. So to get here, even for family to be involved, is expensive for one. It's time consuming. So I think as a community, it's our job to make sure that everybody is connected in a familial way. That's why I live here. It's why I love Nantucket. I have a husband and a child. That's it for family. And I do feel a familial connection with just about everybody. I've met them at the ER, when I worked there, at the Island Home, at Sherburne Commons. So I have a little piece of history with lots of people. And before I was in the nursing business, I was in the service business. So I've done all of that as well. So I think it's important, one, because of the remoteness, and 2, access to care for issues that pertain to seniors oftentimes have to be accessed off-island. And there was one other thing. Oh, it's gone. Mm-hmm.
Don't worry about it. We have those moments. You're having a moment. So Older people usually have a lot of great advice, lots of wisdom, many years of wisdom. What is the best piece of advice or best kind of wisdom that you've taken away from some of the people that you've worked with and that you've met through these events?
Okay, I would say I've worked with many patients, are former nurses and former individuals who worked in politics in the community, who were responsible for establishing great programs, nonprofits, etc. My experience, they carry that on into latter years, long past retirement. Mr. Aguirre is a prime example. And the biggest thing, the biggest piece of advice I would give, or the biggest nugget I have, is to remain involved and to do for others. I see that people who volunteer, who do something for others, that may be a little giving of themselves a little bit, are generally better connected, they feel better, they are better motivated, they have purpose, and all around it's good for their health.
Great advice for all of us, no matter what the age.
Indeed, indeed. I tell my husband it should hurt a little bit or cost a little bit.
That's amazing here. Well, thank you so much for all of your work with this organization, with the many organizations you've been involved with on Nantucket, and we look forward to seeing more from you all in the future.
Thank you. The one thing I recalled what I forgot, the importance of care for seniors and coordinated care for seniors is the demographic is about to explode. Our senior community is going to grow almost quadruple by 2030. So there's need for services, and not only that, we're all living longer. So we're going to need more and different services. That's it, I remembered.
Amazing. Thank you so much, and great job today.
Thanks so much, Lindsay. Thank you.
Well, that's all for today here at the 9th Annual Elder Expo. I'm Lindsay Scoris here with NCTV. We had a fantastic time learning about all of the different resources available to the elderly community here on Nantucket and the amazing work that's being done to care for them in the future. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.